everybody. How are you doing? Let me turn this around real quick. Remember last night when I was talking about the people out there gigging? Must be a lot of flounder out there because, once again, that same boat is out there. They're gigging for flounder. Makes me kind of worried. Gotta wait for some people to get in here first. Let's just wait. I'm gonna wait here until I see at least one person here. I don't know. Oh, one person, one thumbs up. When you come into the chat room, I'd appreciate it if you would check in, kind of let me know you're here. I don't know. Because I've been dealing with some troll today. What up, Anthony? Man, this is 2 nights in a row, Anthony. How are you, buddy? So, Jason Martin checking in. Got a lot of people already rolling in. I just want to say welcome to another edition of the nightly. Oh, Iggy T. Iggy T, can I just be straight up with you? Even if I don't do a live stream, sometimes she'll DM me, Anthony, you're doing good. All off the work. This is able to catch the live stream. Well, thank you, man. Yeah, it took me a while to figure out what time was the best time for everybody. And I thought 8 o'clock would be great because that's after everybody gets done eating, they're relaxing, and they're like, all right, let's check out and see what the white trash nerd in Oak Hill that lives in a place he calls the Hobo Fish Camp. But here, once again, this is how I'm gonna segue. Raymond B. Before I get into everything, don't forget, check out my big sponsor. You got to go check out IanHannahHomes.com. He specializes in selling real estate now, but he also specializes in doing drone footage. And the guy gives some of the best virtual tours you're ever going to see. So if you're in the market to buy or sell a home, or you know somebody that is, tell them to go to IanHannahHomes.com. Now, I bring that up about segueing in that. I don't know. I talked a little bit about this on the audio podcast, and I apologize that today's audio podcast was uploaded so late. Because, with this new schedule, with doing the 11 a.m. show, and by the way, I really do want to get feedback from you. Are you guys liking the 11 a.m. show? I know a lot of people are at work and stuff, and I understand it's a weird time, but I'm just trying to throw everything against the wall to see what sticks. I don't want you to think that I'm calling it in, because I'm not. I do a lot of show prep for the 11 a.m. show so we can play audio. I send it to Charlie Alamo, and he ends up playing it. But I do apologize about that. I got a meeting with my producer, Vulture, because we're going to figure out a schedule that's going to best fit for me to be the most productive. And the reason that I'm so far behind is because, I'm getting ready for my dad's memorial party that's coming up on October 9th. And I think after October 9th, things are going to get better. I'm not saying I'm going to forget about my dad or not be sad about my dad passing away. But, that memorial service is a chapter, and we're turning into the next chapter. And I'll be able to start just focusing on the content that I'm putting out. Because you guys do deserve it. You do deserve it because, I've talked about this. Anytime I've done anything online, I've had a terrestrial radio station to be able to promote it on. And now all of this has grown because of you guys, my supporters, because you're telling a friend, I'm just asking for you to check out the show. If you don't like it, I completely understand. I know that I'm an annoying ass person. My voice alone turns people off. Oh, I think I got a super chat. I see $11 in there, but it hasn't shown up in the chat. Oh, Iggy T throwing me, making it rain some Canadian dollars. Iggy T, what do you guys call your money? Like in the UK, they have the pounds, a pence, whatever it may be. What do you call your money? Is it dollars? I'm just curious. 15 Canadian. All right, I got it. Oh, so do they call it dollars? What do you call your currency? I don't know, just like you guys. What up, Mark? So I talked a little bit about this on today's audio podcast, but I also tweeted out a screenshot of the comment. I got a comment from some guy called BBQ Sandwich on Twitter, or I mean on YouTube, as a comment on one of the videos. And I'm just paraphrasing what he said, but he said that I lost a listener because I play too many ads. Like, is it just him, or do you think too many ads are playing? Because you also have to understand that me and my producer Vulture have worked so hard to be able to get monetized so you guys can super chat just like Iggy T just did. Are the ads too much? Because like I at first I messaged him. Well, thank you, Mark. And Mark, like I tell everybody, if they don't want to donate any money, you just as valuable as you guys donating is telling a friend, a family, a coworker, whoever it may be, is just as valuable, because if that one person likes it, guess what? They're going to tell other people. But, like, seriously, I would like to hear from you about the commercial thing. Because, like, this is considered work. I know a lot of people think that this is a hobby for me. It's not. It is not. And I get, I have so many trolls that like to message me or tweet at me and say that I'm mooching off of my mom. Oh, Tony, the fishing's been great. The tarpon have disappeared since the cold weather, but I've been seeing a lot of snook and trout hitting top water, especially in the morning time. So the fishing has been pretty great around here. But back to what I'm saying is that a lot of people want to say that I'm mooching off of my parents. No, not at all. Like, after I was fired from Bubba, I could have easily gotten a radio job somewhere else, and I could have moved. And you know what I wanted to do? Burn a time out, because I was a drug addict, I was an alcoholic, and then the pandemic hit, and I wanted to be there for my parents. So that's why I decided to, start posting on YouTube, start doing a podcast. And I'm grateful that I made that decision. You want to know why? Because I got to spend every day of the last year of my dad's life. What up, Sadie? Here, I'm gonna. This is one of my favorite dogs here. Sadie, you want to be on the YouTube channel? That's what I call the dingo dog. Sadie likes to, she loves smelly things. Can I say that? She likes to roll around in stinky stuff, per se. I've been composting, trying to create stuff. Here comes Sadie. Sadie, how are you, Sadie? Sadie looks like a dingo dog. Anyways. But, yeah. Oh yeah, I'm lost at what can anybody here, can somebody remind me what I was talking about? Because I'm sorry, maybe I smoked a little bit of something before I came and I've lost my train of thought. What was I what Oh yeah, mooching. Yeah. What up, Fish on Jay? Mooching. So mooching, no, I'm actually helping pay half the rent here. Once again, this guy that owns this park is raising the rent once again, and the place is falling apart. I'm not mentioning the place or the guy, so you don't know who I'm talking about because my mom asked me not to bring him up anymore. But there's a lot of stuff going on around here, and you can only push somebody so far before they start standing up for themselves. And, with cancel culture and how you got to cover your ass, that is not a physical threat or anything. That is just me telling you that I'm going to use all the connections, all the resources I have to fight the fight. Because I really do feel like I've had to step up a little bit, be more of a man since my dad passed away, to be able to help out my mom and stand up for her and take care of things. But I really do think after the 9th, I'll be able to be more laser locked, more focused, and you guys are going to see some of the best content that you guys have ever seen. If you're just joining me right now, please give me a thumbs up, give me a liking, because that does help out with the algorithms of everything. So give me a thumbs up, hit that like button. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Once again, I don't know if people are going to get upset because I'm promoting too much. See, I kind of understand now all the stuff that Bubba used to talk about. When I was a co-host or a producer doing stuff behind the scenes, I used to think that Bubba was just bitching to bitch. But now I really, really do understand everything that he talked about. Bubba is one of a few hosts that actually runs his own board. He's having to drive the bus. And I'm not saying anything bad about the cast that he has right now, but I think Blitz is brilliant. Yes, I agree with you, Tony. I do. And I'm respecting my mom's wishes by not mentioning where I live or the guy's name and stuff. I'm just talking generically. But back to the Bubba thing, look at what he has done with what he has to work with. And that is not a dig on anybody on the show. We can all agree that the heyday, the absolute top of the mountain when it came to the Bubba the Love Sponge show was the Serious Days with Bubba, Manson, Ned, Brent, and Spice Boy. We can all agree with that, right? They all had tons and years of experiences. So what I'm trying to say is Anna has experience, but not as much as all the other people that I just mentioned. Lummox, he has, technically, if I'm just being honest, I think Lummox has more radio experience than Anna. But Anna has more experience in hosting. I'll give her that. And Blitz has been funny as hell. See, I can't curse. I want to bring this up now that I'm actually thinking about it. The 11 a.m. show, we talked about a lot more controversial stuff, and The podcast that I did today talking about my dad and what I'm going to say and memories and stuff, I cursed a couple of times on that, and guess what? I got partially demonetized on that video. And I'm still learning on what I can or cannot do. So it just popped into my head. I'm sorry. I'm being very ADHD tonight. But back to what I'm saying, Blitz, I think Blitz getting more camera time, more mic time is one of the best decisions that Bubba has made. And then you got a lot of people that is a revolving door that are amateurs that have never done radio. Once again, I'm not saying anything bad about them, but like Dr. Dan, Babyface, Dr. Dan's brother. So look at what Bubba's still able to do with all that. So for anybody that wants to say that Bubba's not a great broadcaster, that is the statement. Like if I had to testify and I was on the stand and like the prosecutor was asking me all those questions, that is exactly what I would say. Look at what Bubba is doing with what he has at the moment. And once again, that's not a dig on any of the people on his show. But he's still doing a goddamn compelling show with what he has. But man, that was some great ass radio. You know, I was lucky enough to like for 2 years, maybe 3 years, I was able to work with that highlight, that top of the mountain that I was talking about of Bubba, Manson, Ned, Spice, and Brent. And I got to tell you, it was some of the best radio that I had ever been involved in, even though some of the stuff that I had to do was kind of messed up. All right, so Rich, I think. So you're talking about drinking. Let me ask you, if you could answer me in the chat, how long has it been since you had a drink? Because because your answer is going to go one direction or another by your response. I need to know how many days, like, have you even started? Because I know for me, when I stopped drinking, the first 2 weeks, it was all physical. What I mean is physical withdrawals, feeling bad, muscle aches, shaking, cold sweats, all that stuff. And then after that 2 weeks, it all became mental. And I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. Because when I stopped drinking, I was living with Colton and his family, and his dad had a keg. And the funny thing about that keg, before I moved in, the keg that his dad had would last for about 3 months. When I moved in, that bitch was lucky to make a month. And guess what? I wasn't a dick. You know what I did? I paid for the kegs because, if I'm telling you, I was doing most of the damage. So we would, like, I didn't want to be inside Colton's house too much. I didn't want to, like, bug his parents or his sister. So I stayed out in the garage with Colton, and I would just sit out there and pound beers all day long when I got home from the show until I went to bed. Being bored after you get done with the physical withdrawals is because after the 2 weeks, it becomes all mental. It is all mental. So I'm doing great, man. Like I said, best I've ever been mentally and physically in my life. You know, my dad passing away was a little bit of a setback. But for the guy that asked the question is, get past the first 2 weeks and then find a hobby. Do you remember when Bubba and them used to bust my balls about playing Minecraft all the time? That was the thing that kept me from drinking. Because if I was just sitting around, I would want to drink. If I was bored, I would want to drink. So I kept myself busy with playing a GD kids game known as Minecraft. Like I would spend when I got off from Bubba Show. Hold on, gotta take a drink of water. When I would get home from doing Bubba Show, I would just play Minecraft. I would try to. I know it's an adult's game, but like you understand. A lot of people don't understand Minecraft. But what I'm trying to say is what I would do is all day I would just like work on building the perfect house to be able to live in. I would then I would go mining. I would try to find like all the metals and stuff, diamonds, so I can make diamond plates, diamond armor. So what I'm trying to say is like just keep yourself busy. Just keep yourself busy. You know, a lot of people are probably tuning in and wondering why I'm wearing the light on my head. You know, one of the other, speaking of keeping yourself busy, one of the new hobbies that I picked up is astrophotography. And I know that sounds, hold on, Valheim is amazing. All right, I'll have to check it out. But back to what I was saying is that my newest hobby is astrophotography. And for the first time this week, I don't know if you guys have checked out my social media. It just search Tuddle, Tuddle. You'll be able to find me on any of the social media. But you got to check out the first picture that I actually caught of the Milky Way galaxy. And I know a lot of you guys are like, whatever, so nerdy. Do you know here in America, with all the light pollution that we have, only Joe. Hey, what up, Joe the Supermark? But what I'm trying to say is though, they say 80% of all Americans have never seen the Milky Way galaxy. No, I've heard that from the Midwest to the West, especially when you get into the desert, for the least amount of like light pollution, the atmosphere is great there. But for the first time, I caught the Milky Way galaxy, and I know that it seemed small, but it was just like it was like one of the greatest. Oh, somebody's out there fishing. It was like one of the greatest things. So I bought this light because I want to go down to the dark sky park that is down in Okeechobee. And you got to be there at a certain time because they don't want you to use headlights or whatever. And you can use headlamps, but you're only allowed to. All right, so that's at its brightest. See, pretty bright, right? And then, hold on. So that turns it off. Let me get here. Hold on. So then that's a little bit lighter. And then it goes a little bit even more lighter. And then I have a green light. I don't know what the green light. I don't know. That's a pretty cool effect that I'm getting on the YouTube channel. And then there's red. Hold on. I like the green though. I really do. Hold on. Let me switch to green. I don't know. I kind of like the green. The green's kind of trippy. And I'm sure some of my listeners are probably microdosing on the red is best for dark night shots. But the green, I know some people in my audience or supporters are microdosing psychedelics, or maybe they're doing DMT right now. I don't know. Like, I could start, like, you know, if you're on ecstasy right now, I could start just like, oh man, that's going to. Well, I'm about to turn 42, so I don't want to, like, blow out my neck or anything. But, here, let me turn this off. So I've been doing the astrophotography. Photography in general has kind of become a little bit of a hobby for me. So right now, I'm actually going to take off because the Milky Way galaxy, I got this great app. It's called the Dark Sky app, and it's a free download. You can pay more in app, and you'll be able to be. It's like VR, so you hold your phone up, and whatever direction you look, you can see where the Milky Way is. You can see where all the planets are. You can see where all the satellites are, the space station. It's a great app. It is a really, really great app. All right, guys. Can you take a pic of a gator and send it? Iggy T, yes. I will definitely see if I can get a picture of a gator. I will definitely see if I can do that. I mean, in the state of Florida, yeah, they walk around. Iggy T, if you are around any fresh body of water in the state of Florida, there is probably, I think they said around a 90% chance that there is an alligator in that pond. All right, guys, I'm taking off. I appreciate everybody that checked me out tonight. Hope you guys have a great night. Hope you guys stay safe, and I will